Parshat Mattot opens with the laws about Nidarim, the binding nature of vows a person may take, and Moshe Rabbeinu introduces these halachot by stating, Zeh HaDavar asher tzivah Hashem, this is what HaKadosh Baruch Hu commanded. Rashi, quoting the Medrash, comments that this introduction of Zeh HaDavar is unique to Moshe Rabbeinu. All other prophets introduced their prophecies with the phrase, Ko Amar Hashem. This is what HaKadosh Baruch Hu said, as opposed to Moshe's formulation of Zeh. This are the words. The common explanation for the difference between these two types of introductions is that they reflect fundamentally a difference in the level of precision. For you see, other prophets besides Moshe Rabbeinu understood the divine message, but they conveyed it in their own words, in their own style. They weren't able to say it was a word-for-word dictation of what HaKadosh Baruch Hu told them. But Moshe Rabbeinu, by contrast, relayed to the people a precise message from HaKadosh Baruch Hu. His initiative in the process of Masorah didn't extend beyond using his vocal cords to say HaKadosh Baruch Hu's words. His prophecies, the Torah taught, were formulated precisely by God and not himself, and therefore it's Zeh HaDavar. It is precise and exactly what HaKadosh Baruch Hu said. And yet the question remains, why is Zeh HaDavar the phrase that's used specifically here in the context of Nidarim, of vows? Why is it found only here and nowhere else in the Torah? Rav Yaakov Kamenetsky, in his commentary, Emet LeYaakov, suggested that the nature of Moshe Rabbeinu's prophecy required an emphasis in this context because of the extraordinary power of Nidarim, of vows. Because when a person utters a vow, Rabbi Yaakov explained, that person essentially is creating a mitzvah, produces a new obligation or prohibition for himself or herself. If a person, for example, vows to eat a certain food, then when they eat that food, they've fulfilled their vow. Or similarly, if a person takes a vow to abstain from a certain food, then throughout the period of that vow, not eating the food would be the similar status of not eating non-kosher food. Nidarim creates new laws, and that power could potentially lead people to re-examine the nature of the Torah laws themselves. If God allows a human being to legislate laws, then maybe he invited Moshe Rabbeinu to do the same about all the laws that he conveyed. And to dispel this heretical possibility, the Torah, therefore, in this place, introduces Moshe Rabbeinu's prophecies with the word Zeh HaDavar, to explain that even though Nidarim give us the power, nevertheless, Moshe Rabbeinu's teachings, all that he communicated were precisely and exactly word for word from God himself. And specifically, it's in this context where we need to learn this extra message, this understanding, because of Nidarim's power to perhaps lead us astray. Zeh HaDavar, everything Moshe taught us, was precisely what HaKadosh Baruch Hu told him.